Hey there, folks. Meteorologist Matt Barrington. Hope you're having yourself a wonderful afternoon. Let me see if I can't mute that. There we go. All right. Obviously, we got rain coming in, folks. So be prepared for that. I'm going to go ahead and go full screen so you can see this thing pretty well. Here comes the rain, obviously marching on in across our area. It looks like northern Mobile County now. Getting rain pretty well widespread. All of it's sort of a light to moderate rain. It's not a huge downpour or anything like that. It was a stronger storm earlier around Hattiesburg, but it has since weakened. So now we're just talking about some rain. You can see moving through Chunchula, Citronelle. Mobile proper hasn't quite gotten there yet. Won't be long though. Rain is very close by. And then I'll keep widening it out. There's more rain behind all this. So once the rain starts where you're at, we'll have rain through much of the late afternoon and evening. Now, you might have a few little breaks in there. You can see a couple little spots. You can see a couple little spots here, kind of some little breaks here and there. But for the most part, we're probably be talking about rain here through a good bit of the upcoming evening. So just be prepared for that. Let me get to the right one here. Let me go ahead and show you the future cast here for the rest of the evening. So go ahead and put this into motion if it'll allow me to. All right, so here we are at 3 o'clock. You can see rain in a good bit of the area. Actually, looking at current radar trends, I think it's going to be a little more widespread than what the model is showing. So just something to be aware, kind of, there's going to be a bit more around than that. But they're obviously going to be dealing with rain here going into late afternoon, going into the evening. The showers will be around. I think as we get to the later part of the night, it's around 7 or 8, we should see things quiet down a bit. We won't see quite as much rain around once we get a little bit later on into the evening. Once again, pretty quiet in the metro areas at the moment, but we're going to see this rain marching in before too long. I mean, there it is. Already got the leading edge of it. It's all pretty light once again. This is all pretty light. This was a pretty decent thunderstorm around Hattiesburg, but it's been falling apart ever since. There's still a few rumbles of thunder in here. If you're watching from Greene County or George County, Mississippi, you might get a few rumbles of thunder. The rest of us are just going to see rain. So this rain is moving on in. And like I said, there's more behind this, so we'll continue to see. You can see this right here. Got this batch here. It's going to work its way down I-10 and continue on. So likely going to be a fairly wet evening. So if you got some plans, some things you're running around and doing, just something to keep in mind. We got rain that's going to be with us here into the evening hours. Once we get to the late evening hours, the rain will break up. And then we're going to be pretty much done with it. And things will be looking better tomorrow. In fact, let me see if I can't get that forecast up for you. Here it is. Here's tomorrow morning. It'll be in the 60s. I think it'll be cloudy to begin the day, but the rain will be gone. So, you know, once we get through these showers here this evening, improving conditions here for us tomorrow morning when you get up. Temperatures will be fairly mild, and it'll be a mild day. Temperatures up around the mid to upper 70s in the afternoon, depending on where you're at. And you can see the sunshine returning as well later in the afternoon tomorrow. So we'll start out with clouds. We'll eventually break into full sun by later in the day here for us tomorrow. So here's that forecast next several days. So sunny and nice tomorrow by the afternoon. The morning, like I said, will be cloudy. Temperatures will be pretty warm. Same deal on Thursday. Upper 50s, upper 70s, pleasant and warm, plenty of sunshine. And then we get to Friday, and another round of rain and storms looks likely. In fact, what does that pop up? Here's an outlook for Friday. This is the severe outlook for Friday. So this isn't tonight. This is for Friday. Tonight, I'm not anticipating anything severe. In fact, we were only going to get a couple rumbles of thunder out of the rain tonight. So tonight's just going to be kind of a bit of a wet night. Actually late afternoon. Here it is, 2 o'clock, and the rain's going to start here in just a bit. So we'll have a wet late afternoon, then a wet evening. Friday, stormy. You can see I've already marked us out with a 15% risk zone for Friday. So we'll look at that here in the futurecast. Looks like it'll be fine through lunchtime. It won't be, but then by the afternoon, the rain is going to begin moving in. It looks like the heaviest stuff will move into the evening. That's what the models have been saying the last couple of days. So that timing hasn't changed. So it's more from, after sunset going into the evening. So if we got Friday night plans, something to keep in mind, we could be dealing with some stronger storms. So if you got games Friday night, going out to dinner or something like that, something to keep in mind. You got a party to go to. It's going to be raining most likely Friday night. That's midnight. It continues to rain overnight. Early Saturday morning. That's 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. So early on, heavy rain, thunderstorms. So once again, if you've got an early kids have an early soccer game, say at 8 o'clock in the morning or something, that may get pushed back, or you may get it canceled altogether. By noontime, things are beginning to improve. So we're going to be looking at rain from basically sunset Friday to about around sunrise on Saturday. And then things will begin to improve as we get later in the morning on Saturday. By the late afternoon, we're going to be doing a lot better here across the area. So let's put up that long-range forecast. So Wednesday and Thursday, like I said, look good. No issues there. Friday, obviously the heaviest rain is going to come Friday evening into Saturday morning. And then Sunday, it cools off in the upper 40s on Sunday morning, 60s in the afternoon. Monday and Tuesday of next week look good as well. You can see 40s in the morning on Monday, 60s on Tuesday, 70s, 68, on Monday, 70s on Tuesday. It kind of leads me into something else I wanted to talk about here with that. Let me see if I can't get this all to come up. All right, so you notice on that 7-day forecast, it looks fairly warm. And I wanted to point this out here. We had our last freeze of this season on February 19th. We've been pretty mild since then. If that holds, and I'm nearly positive at this point it's going to hold, it's going to be the earliest last freeze in the last 5 years. In other words, last 5 years, every year we've had a later last freeze. Like last year, it was all the way to March 20th. March 20th. Stupid pop-ups, sorry. It just slows me down trying to get things to work right. Come on. All right, so now I want to put up the 10-day forecast, because this will take us out, I believe, like the 15th or 16th. So it takes us halfway through the month. There is no cold air on there. It does turn a little bit chilly Monday and Tuesday morning of next week in the 40s, mid-40s. I don't see anything even close to the 30s. That's mid-40s as low as I think we're going to go. And I've been keeping an eye on the long-range forecasts, the ones that go out 2 weeks and beyond. And I just don't see anything on there that shows that we're going to get close. Now, obviously, when you get on these really long-range forecasts, they can definitely be iffy. But there's no signal of even anything close to freeze. So that's why I'm pretty confident that we're not going to see another one here. It's just going to get too late in the season, and it's just looking very unlikely. So check this out. So if we hold February 19th, it certainly won't be the earliest last freeze ever. In fact, check this out. Back in 1906, this is actually the winter of 1906/1907, they didn't have a freeze after the new year in 1907. So in other words, no freezes in January, no freezes in February, certainly no freezes in March of that year. Their last one was actually on December 25th. So that was a year that only had a couple of freezes. I think they had a freeze on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, and that was it of the whole season. The latest last freeze is April 5th. That happened back in 1987. So if you look at that, April 5th, that means, yeah, there's still an opportunity there, right? If we can have one as late as April 5th, I mean, there's still an opportunity for us to have another freeze. But once again, looking at the long-range models, I don't see it. Easter is on the 31st, and sort of the Farmer Almanac kind of old wives' tale kind of deal around here. The old guys will tell you, don't plant anything until Easter Sunday. Give it until at least Easter Sunday. That's March 31st of this year. Yeah, I mean, probably safer, I guess, but if you went out and started planting some stuff this weekend, I think you'll be fine. I don't think we're going to get cold enough for any real worries after this point. So Just something to keep in mind if you've got a green thumb. My thumb isn't so green, so I don't know if you want to really take my advice too much, but just looking at the meteorological side of things, I don't see another freeze for us on the way. Once again, I'll put up that, well, I was going to, but it wants to freeze up on me. Put up this long-range forecast. There it is. So it's going to stay warm. The other big thing is, once again, Friday night, Saturday morning thunderstorms. Some of them could be strong. Cooler weather for Sunday and Monday, only in the 60s. And that may be the last bit of coolish air. I don't know. Oh, it's time change this weekend, too. I need to put that on there. Time change this weekend. We're going to go spring forward, so we lose an hour of sleep. I know we all love that extra hour of daylight in the evening, but to get there, you got to lose an hour of sleep. That's the bad part. So we're going to be springing forward this weekend, and then some more rain chances towards the end of the following week there as we head towards mid-March. All right, folks, so we'll keep an eye on things for you. We've got some rain coming through this afternoon. Let me put that up for you one more time just to show you real quick that we have rain pretty close at this point if it's not already in your area. So we're going to be keeping an eye on this once again. Nothing severe here, just rain for us on this late afternoon going into the evening. And you see there's a good bit of it there. There are some breaks here and there in it, so it won't rain all afternoon and all evening, but you'll get some showers off and on here for the next few hours. So just something to keep in mind. You got some errands to run around and do. You're going to need some rain gear out there, all that good stuff out there for us tonight. Of course, I'll have more details coming up. Oh, and since I can't stay up here 24/7 for you, our app is always there for you, and we have on our app, the radar is really good. It works really well. It's super simple to work with. In fact, just me jabbering there for a couple of seconds there was plenty of time for me to be able to pull it up and already kind of looking around on it. You can make it loop. You can do Futurecast on it. It's just super simple to use, and that's one of the great things about it. It's super simple to use. It's easy to use, and it's a really good radar on our weather app. If you don't use it for anything else, we put videos up there for you. We do all kinds of other things on there, but if nothing else, get it for the radar, so if you're out and about, you can go, hey, just pop it up. You saw how quickly I was able to open it up on my phone. It's super simple, and it works. It just works. Like, that's comes to these apps. Sometimes it's all you can really ask for is that the thing you click on it, and it does what it's supposed to do. It works. All right, so once again, have yourselves a great afternoon. I'll be on at Fox News at 3 and 4. Jason's on at 5. We're going to keep you filled in as this rain comes through tonight. Have a good one. See you soon.